Alright, good people, Vlad here. Today we are diving into something a lot of you wanted to know about, standing desks. And not just any standing desk, this one here is from FlexiSpot and they have been specializing in height adjustable desks for years now. They are leading the category on Amazon globally and they have been expanding into ergonomic chairs, sofas and other office and home products. But today's star is the FlexiSpot Cyber E6. This is a dual motor 3-stage adjustable desk that's supposed to be right in the sweet spot between a budget options and the ultra premium ones. So let's put it together, test it out and see if it really earns that title. Alright, quick pause here, because I know some of you are still rocking that little activate Windows watermark on your desktop. Yep, don't worry, that's where keysfan.com comes in. They've got super affordable legit keys for Windows 10, Windows 11 and even Microsoft Office. No more dropping a fortune just to keep your PC happy. Find the Windows you want at the checkout, enter LUP50 for 50% off on all Windows keys or LUP62 for 62% on any Office products. Check out using your credit card or PayPal, in the matter of seconds you will receive your key. Super cheap, super easy, check the links in the description. Now back to the video. So first thing first, the unboxing. Everything comes well packed, legs in one box, tabletop and the rest in another. No damage, no loose screws flying around. Big plus here. The legs are heavy, which for me screams stability. And the tabletop, which is made of solid wood, comes in a few options depending on what finish you want. Mine's a maple style one, it feels premium enough and the texture's smooth but not slippery. Inside the box you also get the control panel, actually two control panels this time, but more on that later of course. There are cable covers here, screws and a crossbar assembly. The assembly is straightforward, but it's not the IKEA easy style. You'll need some tools and patience, of course. The frame goes together first. You got the crossbar that attaches between two legs, then the feet, then the tabletop on top of it all. Since the tabletop I got here is the longest variant, some holes needed to be drilled afterwards. Keep this in mind. It does come with holes pre-drilled, but in that case the legs are too close to the inner side of the desk, but I wanted it to be stretched out maximally. So nothing a drill can't solve. However, the self-assembly greatly satisfies those with customization needs, of course. And one tip here, attach the control panel and cable tray before flipping the desk. Saves you the headache later. It took me just about half an hour or so to assemble everything. The desk is heavy when flipped upright, so don't worry, the manual will guide you through all the process of course, and it's a good idea to have a friend to help you here as well. Now the fun part, what do we actually get here? So we are getting dual motors, one in each leg. These are whisper quiet, just a smooth hum, not that clunky noise you sometimes hear in the cheaper desks. Plus it goes more down, so it can be used as a desk for kids, for example, as well. Plus it goes way up to high, so it can be used for really tall people as well. Awesome bonus, especially for a lower sitting positions. The 3-stage legs, well, this matters because it means more stability and a better height range. You can go as low as 54 centimeters, which is kid friendly of course, and all the way up to 123 centimeters, which is tall friendly. The load capacity is rated up for 150 kilos, that's a hefty dual monitor setup, desktop PC and some extras on the desk, no problem at all. The control pad has a digital display, up and down buttons and 4 memory presets. You can set sit and stand heights of course, just long press to save and you're done. I like how there are marks for sit and stand positions, so you don't have to memorize which one is which of course. Awesome thing here. Plus, the classic control pad comes with a USB port under it, so you can charge your phone, tablet for such device here as well. This option alone is extremely useful. There is actually another control pad available here. This one is more gaming oriented. It has a joystick on it, so up or down is self-explanatory, but left and right are used to change various RGB modes on it. It has 3 presets and has no USB port, which is a letdown from the classic controller. Although this one is really cool if you're creating a gaming setup, since it combines gaming look-alike controls and a cool digital pixelated display. It even has anti-collision detection, so if you got a chair, a drawer or your cat under the desk, it will stop when it bumps into something. It's not perfect, but it does the job. I don't like one thing here. For example, you have certain sitting height set. It goes up. If it bumps to something, immediately it will go down a few centimeters more, so below the set sitting limit. Same goes for the upper limit. This has to be corrected, since this way it can crush something if it goes more down or more up. I almost smashed my monitor with this function. Luckily it was on a gas spring arm, so it didn't break. So I've been running it for about a month now and using it at my home for my main editing setup. A 34-inch ultra-wide monitor attached to a gas spring arm and some gear on top, really heavy speakers on the desk, not an issue at all for this desk. The sitting position is rock solid, no wobbling, but the standing position, it's surprisingly good actually here. There's always some wobble at the maximum height, especially if you lean into it, but nothing that makes typing or editing annoying. The transition from sit to stand takes around 15 seconds, it's smooth, no jerks, no weird noises, the motors don't struggle even with full weight on top of the desk. The anti-collision is also nice, just remember what I already said about it. Could be better, the firmware of the controller needs to be revised here. It needs to respect the set limits and not go beyond those limits, as in some cases this can really cause damage. One thing I really like here, but it's an extra add-on, but really good one, the cable tray. It mounts under the desk and hides the spaghetti mess, of course. I managed to fit a big power strip here, charger bricks, and still had room for more. This makes a huge difference for standing desks, of course, because your cables are constantly moving up and down when you move the desk. Also, doing cable management with a sit-stand desk is really easy. Just put it in the stand position, sit under there or stand under there and do your job. I also added a little extra thing that I found on Amazon. This is a desk drawer. It's a tiny one, but super helpful for little things like chargers, pens, flash drives and such. In terms of daily use, it's super convenient. My sit position ended up being around 72 centimeters and the standing sweet spot for me is around 90 centimeters, perfect for my height. You can of course tweak it to the millimeter with the presets, and the digital readout makes it super easy to remember. I did a couple of longer editing sessions standing up here, and honestly it does make a difference. Plus I really like the depth of this desk. It is 80 centimeters in depth and 180 centimeter wide. Really good depth to put everything on the desk. For example, my speakers here are on a longer side. They fit here with room to spare. The only thing that is hard to get accustomed to at first is the monitor position. I mean, if you are coming from the IKEA desk, this will feel like the monitor is next door. But again, really like the depth here, since I do not feel like everything is cluttered, crammed up, and that I have no space at all. Time for some pros and cons. So for the pros, the smooth, quiet dual motors, they're awesome here. The wide height range is also good here, great for tall and short users alike. Sturdy frame, has 3-stage legs for better stability. The control pad with 4 pieces plus USB port plus another control pad that you can use as well here is awesome addition. The anti-collision safety feature, which still needs polishing, though it's okay. Several wood designs to choose for the tabletop is also excellent. The rounded edges of the tabletop are also cool thing. For the cons, the control pad feels a little bit plasticky. It works fine, of course, just not premium looking. The gaming one is somehow too long and I feel that it can be easily broken, by accident of course. At the max height there's a little wobble, this is normal but worth mentioning here. The anti-collision isn't ultra sensitive, don't trust it with fragile things, since it goes beyond set sit-stand limits. The assembly is not hard, but definitely not a quick 15-minute job. The accessories are extra here, of course, and I think that integrated cable tray should be mandatory on all sit-stand desks. Price-wise, the E6 is usually around 320 euros, but I've seen deals dip lower sometimes around 250 euros during sales. For what you get here, dual motors, sturdy frame, great tabletop, that's a pretty solid value, of course. Sure, you can go cheaper with a single motor desks, but you'll notice the difference in stability and of course in noise. On the flip side, if you want absolute tank-like stability or fancy finishes, well, the FlexiSpot's upcoming Amazon exclusive model with 300 kilograms load capacity is the upgrade, but we have to wait for this. And honestly, the E6 nails the balance for most setups. So after building it and testing it, I'm using it for daily work now. I'd say that FlexiSpot E6 really does hit that sweet spot. Strong motors, smooth operation, great ergonomics, and thoughtful extras like the cable management tray make it an easy recommendation if you are looking for a sit-stand desks without going overkill, and if you value simplicity of your desk, this is one awesome desk to get. So that's it for me, guys, on the FlexiSpot E6. If you want to get the desk and accessories, of course, check the links in the description. And if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down, but make sure to do it twice. See you in another one.